It seems to me the field is split. Some people act like heroes and some like not. We need a big list of good and bad folks to make the workday go by. Here comes the Hero Zero guy. He's from East St. Louis. He'll bring the latest to us. He'll either make you laugh or freaking cry. Hero Zero guy.
Hero. Many stories over the years for young adults kind of doing dumb things as Zero sometimes, but sometimes their sensitivity to me is mind-blowing. We've done both stories, but I really prefer the good ones, and I have a good one today. Cadence Pierce, her friends call her Katie, is from New Martinsville, West Virginia. She's a freshman at Magnolia High School. Her parents, Jay and Leslie Pierce, have had her in Wetzel County schools since she's been 4 years old. Life hasn't been easy for Katie, though. She's been sickly while growing up, and I've seen pictures, much smaller in stature than all of her friends, and she likes to hang out with them, and she still plays in the band. Mama Leslie just loves Katie's friends because they've been so good to her over all these years. But when they went from the 8th grade 2 years ago to high school, Katie was held back. The doctors thought that would be the best thing for her. So after being a year behind everybody else, she looked forward to going into her freshman year this year. But she had a tough summer, 3 weeks in a hospital. She was elected, however, 2012 Children's Miracle Network champion of West Virginia. She had a tough time. But she's in school now, and last weekend was a homecoming. Magnolia played Barnesville, and guess who was a homecoming princess in the court, right? Now, that's a great story. It was Katie Pierce. But you see how she got there. When Katie got to Magnolia last fall, just like old times, she was back with her friends, and they were glad to have her back. And Leslie said how good they had been to her over all those years, like I had said before. So it didn't matter to them she's so much smaller. They loved her heart. So when it came time for nominations for the homecoming, they voted her in. But the problem was this. You can only vote people from your class. They were sophomores. She were freshmen. Now, this is normally at the time when I criticize school districts for not being flexible, not at Magnolia High School in New Martinsville, West Virginia. The principal there showed some, I think, smarts. He said, look, she's a freshman, you're sophomores. We can't put her on the ballot, but we will allow you to write her in. So the sophomore class wrote her in. On top of that, her class in the 9th grade, they also wrote her in. So they put somebody else. I've seen the pictures. I mean, it was just, she's a tough little girl. Her mom and dad are really proud of her. I saw pictures of her. Logan Moffett is the guy who was her escort. And she's such a little girl, Johnny. She couldn't sit up like on the back of the car like everybody else. So this guy just instinctively, I think his parents, Jennifer, Jason, and Jenny Moffett raised him well because he just knew to kind of get in the backseat and hold her up like a little doll in the backseat. I've seen pictures of the homecoming. This made this little girl's whole year. I mean, she's fought hard. Her parents have handled it well. This young man is an escort, but the school being that flexible to allow this happen, that's real hero stuff.
Good stuff. You got a Hero Zero, you can mail to Hero Zero, John Boy and Billy, P.O. Box 7663, Charlotte, NC 28241, or email Hanson@thebigshow.com.